drop, when I drop, looking shorty, she support ride, lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline.
Set 50, play.
This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Let's go deep, tighten up.
2nd and 4. Open man is Ross, complete. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Back to throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Ready?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's the 6th round pick from Oklahoma, Rodney Anderson. Calais Campbell on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
4 down, 25, check 25, check 20, X3, 218, chop. Let's go, bud.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's Slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Mixon with a first down carry. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
61, match box, light.
2nd and 2. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. Time will tell if that's an interception that rattles the rookie here. First drive on the road.
And you know the discussion going into the game centered on, okay, let's get out nice and easy, take care of the football, we're on the road. You're a youngster, let's not make mistakes early. But now the conversation will shift to, okay, put it behind you, move on. Long way to go in this one.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Jackson. Flushed out right. And an alley to run. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Here we go. Go to base. 36. Come on. Pick it up.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He can run for it, and he will. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Everyone in this stadium knows Jackson can do that as well as any QB in the league. They talked about limiting some of his running this year, especially the design runs, but he's still going to scramble when he feels he has green in front of him. He led all quarterbacks last year, 695 yards rushing. And keep in mind, 80% of those came in the 7-game stretch when he was named starter late in the season. Jackson dancing to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Here we go. Here we go. Ancient data. Ancient data. See? It's going to be a long day. Oh, it's going to be a long day.
Jackson now to throw on 3rd down. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 45-yard line. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson escaping the pressure right. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Pernell McPhee always always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Nixon will try the right side. Room past the 20, as they'll finally stop him at the 23-yard line. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
And able to find Green. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A Bengal first down on a 16-yard pickup there. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Joe Mixon. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 12-yard line.
I know at retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay, good.
I just need some chocolate and a box of tissues. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business.
That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson forced out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Carl Lawson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now Jackson, flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Now back to throw. Got a man open. It's Ross. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now a play fake here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. But it'll be 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
I got you. Check 24.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. They'll look to throw again. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. A good pickup there of 20 yards. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Green last year had the lowest numbers of his career output-wise, 694 yards, 6 touchdowns. But, of course, there was a reason for that. He was battling a toe injury the second half of the season. And boy, did the Bengals miss his presence. They limped to the finish line, losing 7 of their last 8. They are happy to have him back and healthy. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
At the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and long.
Come on, set. 50 times, touchdown. 54 Mike. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
This time Jackson will throw it. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Carl Lawson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at the 18. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Set, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Under 10, under 10, 10. 5.
He'll look to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. This defense trying to do its part. Active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Bravo! 58, come on! 58, come on! Your track! Look at me, zipper! 58, let's go!
Back to throw here. Going deep downfield for Ross. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll set up to throw. And Tate's got it. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down.
And the Bengals first down.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
You. Check 99. Check you draw Porter.
Now Mixon. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Let's go. 10 Lobo. Hey. High 7. Let's go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Ingram. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
He's going to fire one deep left side, and that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Get that ball. Mike, 5-5.
To throw again, Jackson. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Pilot, 64, weak. Get it.
On play action, they'll throw. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. That one goes for 30 yards. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of a game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
5. 52. Block 52. 52's the mic. Hey, tight.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Here's 2nd and 8. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And thanks to the interception, the Bengals offense cashes in with 6. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must be a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson now. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 18. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense.